Hello, everyone, and welcome back to this world where I have something I think you might like a data pack showcase. I This is my first time doing one of these, and it's probably something I should have waited for because I made all of Dishonored's the game Dishonored from like 2012. I made all the powers and weapons from that game into Minecraft as something that you can craft and almost play in a survival world if you want to. Okay, I'm now purely in survival mode, and all the ingredients you need are right here, which looks kind of like a lot, but the way you get into all the magic in the game, which they're all based off of a really creepy dude named the Outsider in this place called the Void, and the protagonist of the game Dishonored is he's an omniscient being. Oh gosh, sounds like I'm explaining an anime to somebody, but yeah, and a lot of stories unfold, but he gets magic powers from getting this guy, which this is called the Mark of the Outsider, and it's you normally in the game to burn onto your hand, but since you can't do that in this game, you have to eat it. Which now a really creepy sound effect plays, and I get poisoned because I just ate a spider eye. But you see, I have all these abilities up to that I can use, which I forgot to change this texture. Oh gosh! Now you just get these by pressing Q to drop the item. So I can do is like super in place and all that. I can do it really quickly like that, and it still works. And if I right, and all the abilities are controlled by right clicking, just like this. Which and they're all controlled by this scoreboard that will usually display on the right, but I took it off for the video. So you see that goes down by 20, but then after a little bit of time, it regenerates back to 20, regenerates 20 back. But if I use an ability like this guy, which that uses 50 mana, it only regenerates up to 70. But you see, I'm already down to 30 mana, and it's just staying there. So how do I get it back? You use some of these guys right here, which the position that they are that they're at do matter thanks to the how it is in the game with data packs and whatnot. So do 5 of these. It gives me 5 spiritual remedies, and I eat these, and it gives me 40 back, which I'm gonna need way more than that. So now, what are these powers like? Well, let's start with the blink ability. So this one it just teleports you forward to where you're looking. Hey, I recognize that. And it's mainly just something you can use to like go to platforms and whatnot. I can even like, jump down. Like, you can kind of spam like this, but what you have to do then is if I hold it down, that automatically goes down like that. You can't just instantly spam it and whatnot. Okay, so this next one is the Wind Blast. As you can imagine, it blasts guys away. Whoa, that would go far. But it doesn't like launch them super far because in the game, it's more just like there's a bunch of people attacking you, so you just go wham, and then they all get shoved around. But now we have this guy, which is really powerful. So I'm gonna do this, and they're gonna come after me. And then let's gonna do bam! They're all frozen in place. So I can just freely move around, and whenever the time is active, you can see these particles around me. Oh, it's back. And if you think that I had to eat those spiritual remedies a lot, well, you also have to in the game. So you usually find them everywhere, and you can already see I've already eaten through quite a lot of these. That's why the recipe is pretty cheap. This guy is pretty neat as well, because I just possess this guy, and I'm invisible during it. He's still following me, but you can see that guy doesn't actually come after me at all. It says it's usually a pretty neat way of traversing. If I was like surrounded by all these guys, just go, whoop, I did not aim right. Ah, no. So you may think it's not as useful in Minecraft, especially with um this game doesn't really have any stealth mechanics at all. So the main use that I think you can have is essentially just like teleporting really far, because the range on this guy is really not extremely far, but it kind of is. Oh, blast. There we are. And honestly, I think this ability also is very useful for moving villagers, because it's kind of a meme how awful they are to move around. But yeah, it's still a pretty neat thing you could do. But this guy is the ability that I absolutely love. And honestly, it's more because of how terrifying it is. So this summons rats to eat your foes. And that's exactly what it does. Oh my gosh. It murdered them all. Oh my gosh. So the way that this works is that it's a raycast again, like that. But you have to aim at the ground, and when it does that, it spawns these 4 rats on the ground. And they basically just tag onto that guy and then kill as many foes as they can before they despawn. Yeah, like that. How much do you have left? Oh yeah. Yep, there we go. But if they don't have anybody around, they just hang around like this, and I think, yeah, they damage you as well, but they never actually target you. And the last one with this is not as exciting, but still works. If I stand over here, right click, they're out of range. This again. I stand over here, do this, there you go, I can see this guy. It just gives it glowing, and for about 10, nope, for like 4 seconds, and then that's it. Because that's ability in the game, that's a huge part of the stealth mechanic in Dishonored. Because the ability in the game allows you to see anybody through walls, which is really helpful for making sure you're not seen by them and whatnot. And then recycle back to the blink. Nope, like this. And that's it for the powers right now. So there's another mechanic in the game where the way you actually unlock each of the abilities here, because when you get the mark of the outsider on you, which is that little symbol at 8, you're only given the blink ability at first. But then you can collect these things called runes around the game. Those like different hiding spots. You can use those to unlock the rest of these by like spending the runes, almost like a little mini currency. But you can also spend those runes on little passive abilities that heighten your speed and like different things related to combat, like the one that gives you the double jump and whatnot. And that is also in the game, in this data pack, I mean. So the way you get all of these is that you have to craft more of these marks of the outsider. So I crafted more of these mark of the outsider items. Well, instead of eating them, you floor craft with them. So in case you don't know what floor crafting is usually when you have like a grass and a dirt block, and when you drop them on the ground next to each other, they transform into a new thing. So I did that with the mark, and if I drop this diamond sword, it becomes this little guy right here. Which this is one of the most complicated ones, so let's not do that yet. But the basic one is... Oh no, this is the bug. Ah! Okay. There we go. Okay. So this is the upgraded version of it, which you use Riptide and that, which that also bugs out. But anyway, the main rune is that you see I am now fast. I can jump really high. But what I can also do, yeah, because I can jump right up to here like this. But what I can also do is I can double jump like that. And this doesn't use any mana whatsoever. So I can endlessly jump around, I can endlessly double jump around. And yeah, so yeah, Agility 1 gives you the jump boost and the double jump. Agility 2 gives you the speed. And let's craft the last bit of these. There's this one with your health. Your health is just boosted with health boost. Blech. And then there's a vitality 2, which is just that. What's regeneration? And let's do this last guy as well. Which this is the upgraded version of a concept I'm gonna explain later. But this double jump is honestly pretty awesome to use combined with the blink ability. Which, where the heck am I? But anyway, the double jump. This double jump, what you do is that you just shift while in the air and levitates you more upward. But the neat thing is that if I shift on the ground, it doesn't happen. If I shift jump, it doesn't happen. It only happens while you shift in the air, which, as you can see, it just gives you levitation for like a second, I think. But you can basically use it to go like wee, and then levitate right off of it. Or I can do a bit of something like this, then blink onto here. I can try to aim for this guy, then blink. Just a lot of movement options I can do. And, okay, now let's explain this guy. Nope, not you. This guy. This is a concept in a game that even myself don't understand entirely too well, but it's pretty neat nonetheless. So, just don't mind that. Okay, you see, I have the regeneration right there, but what this does is that if I'm low on health, I can deal devastating blows, which what that means, see, I'm at low health now because I have these little red sparkles, but now I can do this. I instantly kill these guys, which you may think is a bit overpowered, but you have to have 4 hearts or less in order to do that. And with the upgraded ability, you now have strength as well, which I realize doesn't really matter because everything instantly dies. But anyway, so this is a bit easier, a bit more overpowered with these guys. Nope, doesn't always work, but you can see there's little fancy magisters here. So whenever you kill an enemy, they have a random like death sound, and then any enemies near the killing, won't be like, who would do such a thing like that? Because that's a bit reminiscent of the base game. Because when you if you kill somebody in the game while like somebody's near, they'll be like, you murderer, and like, what, like, who would do such a thing, and all that. But this doesn't work too well against if I have like a bunch of skeletons, because they are gonna kill me if they don't kill me first. But yeah, there we go. So I think it's somewhat balanced right now, but that's the base. That's the gist of it, because I kind of took some creative liberties with it, so it's not like 100% right. Because normally, if I had the bloodthirsty thing, it would happen if I kill somebody like that. It builds up adrenaline, and it's like a little meter. And then when that adrenaline is maxed out, then you can use it to instantly kill somebody. So, but I just decided it'll be more balanced if I just did it when I had low health, because in Dishonored it's very easy to die from combat, while in Minecraft it's very hard to die from combat. So there we are. That's it for the passive abilities. So that was all of the magic that's in the game. You have this guy right here, which you press Q to cycle between them, and then right click to use the abilities. With a mana gauge, they have to refill with the remedies. And there's the passive abilities, which you only need to keep in your inventory in order to actually feel the effects of them. With the main one being when you double jump, you just need a shift ball in the air. And then the one where if you're at 4 hearts or less, you can instantly kill foes with melee damage. And you'll see when you're at low health with red particles around you. But Dishonored has more than just magic abilities, with all these ingredients right here. And the main one is this guy, the crossbow. So this is just a right click thing, but you see I have these arrows in my inventory, but it's not using them. That's because I have to make my own arrows using this recipe right here. Nope. The main thing with this crossbow is that it's meant to be dual wielded with the melee weapon, just like in the game. Because of that, I just need to right click to shoot, like that. And I can't do it instantly, so if I hold down right click, that's the rate of fire of it. And the other thing is that I have to use these bolts, and it has to be in this slot of the inventory. And that's because you can see right here, it can use multiple arrows, which I can craft those arrows with this. Just get a couple of these. And then there's also these guys. Those are each of the different bolts in the game. But the difference with these is that if there is a mob around for me to kill, which there never is, let's just summon an iron golem. If I use these guys, the incendiary bolt, I think I pronounced that right, but you see, if I shoot this guy like that, it catches on fire. And then if I use this one, and if it stops catching on fire, you can see it froze him. Oh, I forgot to edit that out. Oops. He just freezes in place for about 3 or 4 seconds. But there's also more than just a crossbow. There is also a pistol right here. This guy also needs his own ammunition, which you craft using this right here, like that. The pistol bullet, and then the pistol. This one's also meant to be dual wielded. You're not supposed to use both the crossbow and the pistol, because it's actually impossible. Because this guy also needs to be kept in your first inventory slot. But the difference, this guy shoots in a straight line like that, and I can hold it down like this, and that's the rate of fire. But I can do this. It's gonna get mad at me. I can just shoot him a bunch, try to swipe him like that. But this guy has a very limited range. I believe I can only shoot to, I think, about 30 blocks? I don't remember the exact range, but it's a lot shorter than this crossbow, because this guy, I can just shoot like that, and it's going to travel for a very long distance. So yeah, that's it for the actual weapons. Okay, so there's a stun mine that uses amethyst shards in the middle with iron nuggets around. And then there's a spring razor that uses comparators. What the? There we are. A comparator in the middle with nuggets around it. So these guys are, as you would think, mines. And the main thing that they can do is if I summon the iron golem again, and I right click it to place in the ground like an actual mine, like that. And if I anger this guy and not die, and get him to walk around it, please come over to it. Oh, there we go, frozen place. Just like with the sleep dart, but it has like a mine form. But if I use a spring razor and hopefully not get in range, it instantly killed it. So, think of it, a stun mine is a non-lethal weapon, while the spring razor is a lethal one. Because in the base game, these guys are ridiculously powerful, but you also don't find them too much and are stationary. Come on. Okay, let's get you here. So that spring razor can actually hurt me as well. Yeah, this instantly kills them. Because in the base game, they also instantly kill those who are near. So yeah, that's the stun mine and spring razor. And actually, I forgot one thing. There is these guys, grenades. Let's keep you there. And they use that recipe right there. So string, terracotta are here and here, and grenade in the middle. And these guys, you just right click and it throws it like that. You can use these up in the sky like that, and they explode after a set amount of time. You can just lay it on the ground, so I can be running away, just go whoop, whoop, but then they'll explode. You can't do anything like TNT, so those both can explode in the same place. Nope, I just used all of them up. But that's just a right click ability. Same thing with these. And with that is actually all the items in the data pack. I'm not doing any crazy stuff with like implementing the entire stealth system into the game. I just wanted to add the items in because I was like, you know what? I want to make Dishonored into a data pack. I just said that one weekend and then I made it. So I want to publish it for you all. But there is a little treat that you can do. And it's that if I do type in your username or do @s, add mad lad, I can now do that. And it doesn't use any mana whatsoever. So there's no cooldown for the abilities, which oh no. There's no mana usage whatever at all. Oh, I died. So I can go and wind blast like that and just spam it as much as I want. I can use it like I spawn a bunch of these guys like that, which I'm surprised I'm not lagging, because but yeah, yes, that's the main. And then if you want to actually if you want to remove that and actually use mana and whatnot, you just do this, remove mad lad. And there's also one for weapons as well. So do the same tag @s, add, and then do extra mad lad. Now I can do this. And just spam this gun like crazy, which I like using with the crossbow bolts. So if I had a like Ravager here, which hopefully I won't die from, I just go full machine gun with this guy. Oh no, I'm gonna die. Oop. You're dead, son. There we go. You can see, I can just spam it like that. And then if you want to actually have ammunition and whatnot, you can do tag and S remove extra mad lad like that. And that is it, really. There's a couple of neat things you can do with recipes and whatnot. If you don't want to craft anything at all and just get everything as is, you just do function Dishonored give items, and it should gives you all the runes minus missing vitality 2, but I can fix that. Nope, this is a bit. Yeah, that's a bug. Oh, oh gosh. But it has the runes, has a crossbow, pistol, which I need to get ammunition for that. But if I did function Dishonored recipes and then did craft gun, it'll give me just a gun. And then if I can do craft grenade, do that like a bunch. I can do craft bullet a bunch and use with this, which remember, this has to be in the first slot. And that's gonna shoot for me like that. Oh, then if you don't want to if you want to reduce lag and then not use the powers at all, like the blink and the wind blast and whatnot, you have to do tag at S remove outsider mark like that. And now, if I was given, if I clear myself and then did function Dishonored give items, you can see I would have been given the powers there, but it was actually cleared from my inventory because I cannot. You can only get that. You can only get those powers after you eat an outsider mark, or do this, which recipes craft outsider, which then I can eat it. Oh. And then I'm given that, which I won't die. Yeah, that's easy like that. But yeah, that's it for this showcase, I suppose. It is yeah, look at me like that. This data pack took a little bit longer than I was wanting it to, but because I want to make like a short video and whatnot. But yeah, it just gives you the data pack adds all the items. Just remember that you can do this. All the items are like you all use right click with. The ammo for both of these to be in the first slot, and then you need to have craft the remedies from here in order to regenerate the mana on the right here. Ah! I am hoping to actually make some updates to this on the Planet Minecraft page, and I'm thinking I'll probably add some more Dishonored 2 content. So in the sequel to Dishonored, it adds more of these passive runes. It adds more ammunition to the crossbow because there's one that like blinds enemies, and then there's one that makes them flee in terror, almost like they have like a burn wherever you shot them, and there's like multiple grenades as well. Like there's I think there's multiple grenades, but I've played a lot of it, but not all of it. How was that? But the main thing is also there's a lot more abilities you can use as well, and those will probably be harder to program, but it'll be more fun. So anyway, that's it for the showcase. So it'll be pretty neat if you try it out because I think it's really fun. So, well, let's try it. Bye bye.